Yo, what's up? It's your boy Grandma Cookies. Checking out another video, and today I want to talk about Overlord season two, and did it live up to the expectations that people was expecting from season two coming off season three? Season one, because season one was such a good season. Did season two really live up to the expectations? I kind of want to talk about it and kind of revisit season two like I did season one. And yeah, no, I just wanted to talk about it because, like I said, like the first season, this season also had a lot of mixed feelings because some people loved it and some people hated it, and I understand why some people loved it, and I also understand why some people hated it, because I say one of the biggest things they messed up in this novel from the get-go, from the season two, from the get-go, was that half of the season was focused on something that was boring. Because the first 5 or 6 episodes was about the lizardmen and how Eisen ends up conquering the lizardmen. That story was so boring, even though it did expand the world and make the world more immersive. It was super boring because when you watch Overlord, you're not watching Overlord so you can see other people. You're watching Overlord so you can see Eisen be overpowered and just body everybody. That's kind of why you're watching it. You're in for the characters. You're not watching it for some random lizardmen that they're trying to develop. And I say that almost ruined season two. But I think from that point forward, from like episode 6 all the way to episode 13, I think they made a really good comeback with the season. Even though it could have been way better, I think they still was able to capture what people loved about the first season in like that little just section that had like 7 episodes. I think they was able to capture it and I think kind of get people hyped for season three in my opinion. Because think about it, like after you watching the lizards, after you watching the little lizard arc, you done with that, you kind of bored. You was like, this season's trash, it's booty. And then they come out with episode 6, and then that's when they start going into more of just different characters. And I say like one good character that I think that they did a good job at was Cerberus. I think Cerberus was a good character, and his little story with him meeting Clyde and him meeting Brain and everybody like that. I think that was such a good story because it's not only at this point in the story you kind of knew that Eisen isn't the only character that's going to get the little character arcs and get to be overpowered and have fun. There's going to be other characters, and I think this right here really highlighted that in this series that there's going to be other characters that have the spotlight that gets like their little own story and arcs. And that's why the Cerberus, like the little Cerberus arc, was perfect. And I loved how they tied it in with Demiurge's plan to retrieve an artifact, and then how they connect with Momon, and Eisen being Momon. It was so many, like, I loved how they wrapped up the second season. Even though the second season started off horrible, I think they wrapped it up good enough to recover it, so it's not looked down upon as much as it would have if they wasn't able to wrap it up. And like I said, with Cerberus' character, I think he was like one of the biggest things that made it good, because like from at this point in the story, when we was in season two, we did not know none about Cerberus until we knew he was a butler. He was a personal butler of Ivan, but we didn't know nothing else about that. We really didn't know nothing. We didn't get to see his character that much. We see him talk, but he was super serious. And I think this right here, season two, was able to expand on his character and some of the other characters, not even the people that's related to Nazarick and Eisen, even some of the more simpler characters like Clyde. Clyde's little story was interesting. It wasn't, even though it was kind of dull at some points, but it was interesting. It was able to, I think it was able to do what it was supposed to, and that was to make us like those characters and want to see more of those characters. Because Clyde, he's connected with the princess. He's a commoner. He's trying to get stronger. He's, all the things with his story. And then Brain, the story somehow was able to tie Brain into it, everything too. Because, Brain, he fought against Shoutier. He lost terribly. He ran from his life. And at that point, he kind of gave up on life because he looked at himself as a coward and he just wanted to die and get it over with. But then once he met Cerberus was able to teach him that, that if you are able to reach like that, well, Clyde was able to teach him, like, even if somebody that's way stronger than you is your opponent, as long as you fight and give it your all, you can die being happy that you tried. And I kind of think that's what Brain like learned from Clyde. So I also like Brain character, because Brain character, I say when they first introduced his character, was so cool because he had the sword field, he had all that, and it just sounded so cool to me. And yeah, and then you have some other characters, and I think one of the biggest characters that I think that they expand upon, especially they go, and like, spoilers for season 3 if you ever watched it, but I'm pretty sure everybody's seen it. But another character that they go even deeper into is Demiurge. Demiurge get a lot of spotlight in season 3, but season 2 his spotlight kind of it showed, like he was starting to get it even more. And I say season 2 kind of highlighted the beginning of that, of him getting the spotlight, because he pretty much was able to come up with a plan, and because he went to the city to only retrieve an artifact, but he was able to interconnect it with other people's plans, and kind of the story just tied in together perfectly. And I say Demiurge is probably my favorite floor protector in the whole entire season. And I say Cerberus is my favorite butler, but I say Demiurge is probably my favorite floor general. And I say Demiurge, his character, even though we don't see a lot of his character, we see enough of his character to see how he is. And it was just fun seeing him on screen, because we really didn't get to see him on screen the first season. He was there, but the only time he was really there is just when other floor generals was there. That's the only time he ever made his appearance. And yeah, and I really love that they even got Cocytus a little, like during the Lizardman arc. That was kind of like his little arc to develop, even though it didn't turn out as good as it could have been. I think Cocytus, his character was pretty, I said that we at least got to see a glimpse of his character grow. Even though it didn't do as good as Demiurge's little arc and his character development, I think Cocytus, or even Cerberus' little character development was better than Cocytus. But I think Cocytus, we was able to highlight his growth, his character development. I think that was the biggest thing about that. And yeah, and some of the things I loved about this season, even me going back and rewatching it, I say one of the biggest things that I noticed that I still like to this day, like, no problem, is probably the characters. And I just talked about the characters for like 8 minutes, but the characters were very good. You had everybody. And yeah, the people I'm trying to say is the Blue Roses. The Blue Roses was interesting. Even the leader, she was interesting. Even though we didn't get to see a lot of her, she was somewhat interesting. And then I say probably the biggest interesting person was probably Evil Eye, and her character and everything, her antics and her characters, everything. I think that was she was a very good character, and I liked her. Even though the other members, they weren't given the proper light to shine, but I still liked, I even liked their characters to a certain extent. But I really liked Evil Eye, and other than that, in the whole entire series, I just liked the world building, them expanding the world, making it feel real, even though some parts were kind of iffy, like the other countries, like that was kind of like they didn't really do a lot of explaining with the nobles, but I still liked how they did it. They still made the nobles feel like actual nobles, like they're arrogant people who don't care about other people. They show a bunch of different things. They show crime organizations, everything like that. And I say, yeah, I just liked season 2, even though I had mixed feelings about it at first. Like if I had to rank the seasons, I say my favorite season is probably season 3, and that's why I'm kind of hyped to talk about it. Whenever I go back and rewatch it, I'm gonna do a video about that one. But season 3, and then it's season 1, then it's season 2. Only reason why I say season 2 was able to get as good as season 1 was purely because of them first 5 episodes about the little lizard arc. That was horrible, and I say that was kind of one thing that kind of killed it, in my opinion. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I know I just talked about, I really didn't go into super details, but I just got done watching 13 episodes, so this is like fresh off the dome. So all this is just wasn't written, or I didn't take down notes. I really just went in and watched the season and just talking about it right now and talking about how I feel, because like I said, I just got done watching it. And yeah, and that's pretty much it for this video. Like I said, I know it was all over the place, but you know, if you made it this far in my video, you should know how normally these videos usually just be me rambling. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it for this video. You already know, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell if you want more content like this. I should be dropping the revisiting of Overlord season 3 soon, hopefully soon within this month. I dropped it and, you know, do that. But yeah, would I ever do, after I'm done with the revisiting series, would I ever do more about Overlord? I don't know. I probably would, because like I said, I got the Overlord, I got the first and second novel. I wanted the first and second chapters of the novels. I want to go and read those books and kind of give more details about it and talk about it. But at the same time, like, I can see myself talking about Overlord, and because Overlord is like, it's probably one of my favorite series of all time when it comes to anime. But at the same time, I don't really think the videos, I don't think I'd be able to come up with video ideas. But yeah, you know, never know. If you made this far, then hey, appreciate you. Thank you for the support. And yeah, man, it's your boy Grandma Cookies. You know, hit subscription button, hit like, notification bell. And yeah, and this is your boy Grandma Cookies. And I'm out.